All right. Now let's go this way. So we have here this part, and this is the future, right? Making plans. So let's start by, hang on. Let's start by starting with the first exercise. So this is exercise number 1, I guess. Let me just wait for this to work. Where are you? Oh, why are you so like this? Oh, we gotta be serious. All right, can you see exercise number 1? I'll show it to you in a minute. So take a look.
Yes.
Exercise number 1, it
Yes.
says, read the introduction
Let me
to the
see.
questionnaire. Are you a planner or a procrastinator? This is the one that says, are you a planner or a procrastinator? The reading part, right? The little test that we have there. So just let me try to change this. Can you just let me do it? No, I don't like this very much. Finally, okay. So take a look at this part. We are going to read, right? We are going to read, and then we are going to answer the exercises in the exercise C, right? All right, or the letter B. We can answer some questions here. So take a look. I want a person to read these for everyone, please. A planner or a procrastinator. But before starting reading, I just wanted to ask you, what is a planner and what is a procrastinator? So what is a planner? Can somebody answer this question to me, please? What is a planner? What is a planner?
Planner will spend the night before work making list.
Okay, why not? It's a person who plans, who likes to plan, right? Maybe he has something to do, he has some work, he has to study, or he has a trip somewhere else, and he likes to plan it very carefully so that everything is good, right? So then we have the following one, a procrastinator. Do you know what a procrastinator is? What do you think a procrastinator is? A procrastinator. What is this, guys?
Is a person
Mhm.
who lost the time.
Is a person who wastes his time, right? His or her time. Means the verb for speaking about time is waste, all right? Waste time. So yeah, it's a person who wastes time. Good. It's like, I would say, is the opposite side of a planner. A planner is a person who works very carefully, who plans everything. And a procrastinator is just a person who doesn't like planning anything, right? It's just a person who leaves everything for the last minute, right? Maybe you have an exam, you have a quiz, but if you're a planner, you study very carefully a lot of time before. But if you're a procrastinator and you just don't study and you start studying the last minute, right? Before the exam or the quiz starts. So that's what more or less a procrastinator is. So I want a person to read this part and this part down here, and then I'm going to ask you what the meaning of the words in bold are, right? So let's start by reading. So are you a procrastinator or a planner? There you go. Who wants to read? Who wants to read? Let me get my notebook. Who wants to read? No one?
Me,
What's your name, mister?
Juan.
All right, one. Go ahead.
What's up?
Yes, please.
Do you plan your day or do you prefer to see what happens?
All right, prefer. Hang on, prefer. All right.
Prefer.
Or do you
Yes.
prefer to see what happens? Good. Go continue.
A planner will spend the night before work making a list.
Mm-hmm.
Theorizing. Yes, theorizing.
Hang on. Let me just, because this is just right in the middle.
Making sure everything is under control. Planner
No.
arrives early and gets started on the first task.
Mm-hmm.
A procrastinator, on the other hand, is more likely to arrive at work just on time, with a coffee and breakfast in their hand and a stressed look on their face.
And a stressed look on their face.
Yes.
Look. And this word right here, a little difficult to pronounce. Prioritizing. Right.
Prioritizing.
Yeah, prioritizing, right? Very good.
Yes.
Now, over here, we have the following. Continue reading, mister.
When you have a job to do or you need to meet a deadline, do you first? Generally, you think ahead of time or leave until the last minute.
On to the last one.
So, second,
Yeah.
prefer to get started on a difficult job or put off doing difficult jobs until later.
All right.
Third, tend to get distracted easily and waste the time. Or do you use time or use your time wisely and get time down?
Done.
Comfort, try to do list and prioritize
Hang on.
tasks, or do you prefer
Mm-hmm.
to multitask?
Okay, let's repeat this one again. Write to-do list and prioritize tasks.
Okay.
Again,
Prioritize tasks.
I know it's difficult. Prioritize tasks, or do you prefer to multitask? Right? Okay,
Okay.
great.
Okay.
So let me ask you guys then. I want everybody to turn on your, your microphones. Please unmute all of you. Let me ask you a question. Are you a planner, guys, then, or a procrastinator? Take a look. A planner, a person who was spelled the night before, or a procrastinator, a person who just leave everything for the last minute. So, what kind of person are you? Like, for example, Maria Jose. What kind of person are you? Are you a planner or a procrastinator? Are you? Yeah.
I wanna to be a planner, but I am a procrastinator.
You wanted to be a planner, but you're a procrastinator. Why are you a
Yes, I
procrastinator?
work in it.
Why are you a procrastinator?
And I think that I much time to do the things, and when I wanna see the owl, for example, it's late, and yes.
All right, but you are very responsible anyways, right? Yeah, good, good. That's good. All right, try to be a planner. Try to be a planner. Now, how about here? Who else we have over here? Miss Biani.
Hi,
Hi, Miss Biani. Miss Biani, what kind of person are you? A planner or a procrastinator?
um, I think I'm a planner
You think you're a planner, all right. Why do you think you're a planner?
because I really like to have the things um, done before I have to entregar, I think.
Yeah, all right. So you're pretty much a person who likes doing things with time, right?
Yeah,
You don't like to
under
be
control.
on you have okay, very good. You like to have things under control. Very good, miss, very good. Now, how about another person? Let me Juranis. Juranis Borges. All right, Miss Juranis. Are you a planner or a procrastinator? Miss Juranis, are you a planner or a procrastinator? All right, Ms. Inari doesn't want to answer. How about Mr. Jose? Oh, you read, right?
Hello.
Mr. Jose, are you a planner or a procrastinator?
I am a planner.
Are you serious? You're just laughing to
Yeah.
yourself. All right, why do you think you're a planner?
Because
Heteroquino verde usted.
It's over here. It's morning time, you know, and we're in Barranquilla, so this happens all the time.
Milagro que no ha pasado el llame por aquí.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a problem. We are in Barranquilla. This is our culture, right? So, Mr. Jose, you haven't answered. Why are you a planner? According to you, why are you a planner?
because I like prepare myself to 2 hours or 1 hour before the events,
Happen.
before any event that I have.
All right, so you like to be prepared with time. All right, very good. Now take a look at this, guys. Let's go on this part right here. Letter C. This is exercise 1, letter C. Take a look. Find phrases in bold to match the definitions below. So we have here number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 10. So what happens here? Not to pay attention to things you're not supposed to be doing.
Procrastinator.
All right, that is a procrastinator, right? Good. How about here? Delay a job.
Procrastinator too.
That is a procrastinator too, right? How about here? Spend time doing things that aren't important.
Procrastinator.
Oh my God, everything here is a procrastinator. All right, 4, put jobs in order of importance.
Planner.
Planner. A planner. All right, 5, do lots of different jobs at the same time.
Procrastinator.
I would say more a planner. If you are very organized, you can do many things at the time.
Planner.
Yes, but if you're a procrastinator, it's difficult for you to do one thing, right? And now many things at a time. No, a planner. How about complete tasks?
Planner.
A planner. Do jobs just before they need to be done.
Procrastinator.
A planner. Take a look. Do
Planner?
jobs, yes, do jobs before they need to be done. Hacer trabajos antes de que ellos necesiten ser hechos. All right, number 8. So do things in advance. The same thing, right?
Planner.
Planner. Good. How about 9? Be careful with your time. Planner, person that is careful with his time. Good. And begin a job.
Planner.
Yes.
Procrastinator.
Planner. Why procrastinator? Why procrastinator?
Nice planner.
He's planner. All right, now the same thing right here. Take a look at what it says. Find the phrases in bold to match the definitions below. What are the definitions? The definitions are this. Take a look. These are the definitions. To do things, get started, put off, to get distracted. So let's see. Number 1, again. What is the meaning of number 1? It says not paying attention to things you are not supposed to be doing. Here. From this right here, what do you think is the definition to that? Not paying attention to this.
Get distracted.
Get distracted. All right, get distracted. Again, not paying attention to things you are supposed to be doing or to be paying attention to is to get distracted, right? Good. How about number 2? Delay a job. Delay a job.
Leave things until the last minute.
Can you repeat it again?
Put off.
Leave things until the last minute.
Leave things until the last minute. Yes, but let me see, where is it? Leave things until the last minute.
I think it's put off.
Put off, doing difficult jobs until later. All right. I can say that both are pretty much possible, right? But I would say that put off is like better in this. So the meaning of put off is either postpone or to, yeah, actually it's postpone, right? Posponer. So, atrasar un trabajo o no hacer un trabajo hasta cierto tiempo sería put off. So, I would say this is the right answer. How about 3? Spend time doing things that aren't important.
Waste time.
Waste time. Yeah, very good. Waste time. How about number 4? Put jobs in order of importance.
Prioritize tasks.
Prioritize tasks. Very good. How about number 5? Do lots of things, lots of different jobs at the same time.
Multitask.
Multitask.
Great. Very good. Multitask. How about complete tasks? Complete
things
tasks.
done.
Get things done. Very good. Get things done. All right. How about do jobs before they need to be done?
Ahead of time.
Very good. So do things ahead of time. Very good, mister. How about the next one? Do things in advance. I would say it's just the same, but if you have another one, take a look.
¿Cuál era la 7?
Number 7, do things ahead of time. How about do things in advance?
Get started.
Get started? No. Get started is another thing.
Use your time wisely.
Use your time wisely. Oh, let me see here. No, not that one. I would say that it's pretty much the same than do things ahead of time, all right? I would say that it's pretty much the same. Or this one too, take a look. We have this one. Meet a deadline.
Meet the deadline.
Yes. Now, how about the next one? We are in letter 8. Number 8, right? Now we're going on number 9. So be careful with your time.
What is mean?
What is that one? Be careful with your time. Number 9. Which one is number 9? Be careful with your time.
Use your time wisely.
Use your time wisely. Good. And lastly, the last one, begin a job. Somebody said it before. This one, get started, right? Get started might be the one. All right. So very good, guys. So we have some vocabulary here. So what is the meaning of meet a deadline in Spanish? What is the meaning of meeting a deadline in Spanish?
¿Conocerse?
No, meeting a deadline. Cumplir una fecha límite, right? Cumplir una fecha límite. This one, do things ahead of time in Spanish. What is the meaning? Do things ahead of time. What is the meaning of it?
Hacer las cosas como antes de tiempo.
Hacer las cosas con tiempo. All right. Good.
Eso.
Leave things until the last minute. What is the meaning of it?
Dejar las cosas para el tiempo.
All right, that is pretty much similar to Spanish, right? How about get started?
Comenzar.
Comenzar o empezar. Put off?
Atrasar.
Posponer. Waste time?
Put off.
Put off. Posponer. Sorry, get distracted. Like in Spanish, right? Distraerse. How about waste time?
Perder el tiempo.
Perder el tiempo. How about use your time wisely?
Usar el tiempo sabiamente.
Very good. Get things done. Get things done.
Cosas hechas.
Priorizar las tareas. Ah, no, get things done.
Yeah, terminar algo. Get things
Terminar
done.
algo.
Terminar algo. Right. And prioritize tasks.
Priorizar las tareas.
Priorizar las cosas, priorizar las tareas. Good. And multitask.
Multitarea.
All right, pero en este caso sería un verbo. Take a look. No sería multitarea, sino hacer muchas cosas a la vez. All right. Multitask. Okay.
Tareas múltiples.
Let's do this part, all of us together. Take a look. Part 3. Hang on. This is what? This is the one we have already done. So let's continue. Which one is this one? Oh, this is the listening. Let's go over the listening. All right. Now take a look. Just let me know whether you can listen to me or not. I mean, listen to my computer, not to me itself, like to the computer itself. All right. Because I think I can like share the audio with you as well. Let me see. Okay, let's do it like this to see if we can do it anyways. So let me do this here. Let me see. Can you hear that? Can you hear that? No?
No.
Okay.
No.
Just let me do it, right? Let me try to do it because I know there's one way to do this here. So just let me try. It got lost. Where are you? All right, for some reason, I don't remember where it is. And I can't find it. Now let me try to get it. Invite multitask one participant, sure. It should be here. All right, for some reason, I can't find it. All right, don't worry. We're not going to do this now. We're going to do it later on, all right? We'll do it later. So what we're going to try to do then is continue on the grammar stuff. And then when the session finishes and, when we log off again, we can continue. I'm going to try to look it up to see where it is, right? And then we can do the listening. But don't worry, let's continue then. It's okay. So let's go on the next page. This is page number, let me see here. This is page number 31. Let me go to page number 32. All right, in page number 32, take a look, we have 10 minutes. In page number 32, we have plans. So let me see how well you understood this. You told me you did, but let's see how well you, yes, miss? Are you just going to pass or no? Okay. Okay, so let's come to speed. Let's do this part, guys. Take a look. Future plans. So last time then we spoke about this, about the future. I already explained to you the doubts you had, right? But let's work a little bit on these exercises, especially on the rules. So let's see how you do it. About here, take a look. Use the present continuous to talk about plans, arrangements, and the other. You already know this. You had no questions, so I guess it's completely understood. But take a look at this part. Let's first read these exercises and then we complete them with the rules inside, the rules down here. So take a look, Kenna. This evening, a friend of mine is coming over. We're eating at my house. I'm going to try out a new pasta recipe. And then we're going to the movies to see that new Argentinian movie. Now take a look at Javier. Oh, I don't really know. I'll see how I feel. I might go out or I might just stay home and relax. I told you I don't really like to plan. Now take a look. We have this here. We have some different things, but let's then analyze this one. Now, this evening, a friend of mine is coming over, right? This is what? Present continuous. I'm going to ask you and you're going to tell me whether present continuous is for the future or not. Is this present continuous speaking about the future? Take a look. This evening, a friend of mine is coming over. Is it future or not? What do you think? It's future. Yeah, it is, right? Take a look. Take a look. This evening is the time expression that is telling me that is in the future. Now, what is come over itself? Come over means come to my house. That's what come over means, right? Every single time you say come over, it means itself come to my house or come to someone's house. You don't need to say this evening a friend of mine is coming to my house. I mean, you can just shorten it by using the phrase verb come over. How about here? We are eating at my house. Is that future or not? Is this future or not?
¿Cuál?
We are eating at my house.
It's a future.
All right. Everything here is future, right? So this is future with present continuous. This is future with be going to. This is future with be going to. How about this future? This is future with will. All right. Now remember, I also explained this one. Might and might. What do we use might for? What do we use might for? What is it? What do we use might for? Might. We use might to talk about probabilities, but probabilities where? Probabilities in the future. All right, probabilities. Take a look. I might go out. What does it mean? It means that the person maybe will go out or maybe won't go out. All right? I just might stay home. It means the person might. I mean, maybe will stay home or maybe will not stay home. Right? So those are the difference that we have in here. And this is what I explained to the present continuous. We're going to might and may. I also explain may, will and shall, and be about to. Right? So let's see what we have right over here. What else? Another exercise we have. Let's see. Okay, let's do exercise 6. This exercise right here. Underline the best alternative to complete the conversation. So we have two options, right? Option 1 and option 2. Option 1 and option 2. Let's start to do this before the section gets logged off. We have 4 minutes. So take a look. Hey Dex, what are you two doing or will you two do on this Saturday night?
What are you two doing?
Doing. What are you two
Doing.
Doing. Very good.
Doing.
Present continuous. How about this one? I don't know. We might or we will go to the Death City Dread concert. What about you?
We might.
We
Might.
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 ¿Por qué no will?
Porque él no sabe.
Ajá, él no sabe.
Exactly. This is more.
No está seguro, I
Una
don't know.
Very good. Yes, mister? What is your question?
What about you?
What about what? I mean, take a look. Here the person says, I don't know, which means that the person is not sure, right? And when we are just unsure about something, we use might. Will is when we are sure about something. So yes, might is the correct one. How about here? I'll have or I'm going to have a small party. Which one?
I'll have.
I'm going.
I'm going.
I'm going to go.
I'm going to.
All right, great. Why not I will have?
Because
Yes, I
planning.
will have.
Because it's a what?
Planning.
It's a plan. You are planning something, right? Good, it's a plan. So I am going to have a small party. It requires a previous plan. So this is something a planner do, not a procrastinator. All right, so over here. My parents are going or will go away for the weekend.
Are going.
I'm going.
Are going.
Okay, my parents are going away from the weekend. Yeah, possible. I think.
Pero es la
Yes.
primera en I'll have. Yo
Yes.
esa la hice de último porque siguiendo, o sea, leyendo el texto, él realmente no planeó esa fiesta. O sea, no la tiene planeada. Entonces yo puse como I'll have.
No necesariamente tiene que planear algo. O sea, por ejemplo, esta situación, por ejemplo, una fiesta, para poder hacerla, take a look, I'm going to have a party. Así no lo tengas planeado, necesita un previo plan, right? Es decir, necesita primero que tú lo planees y luego va a suceder, right? Como tal, no tiene, o sea, si lo planeas como tal, aquí está diciendo de pronto, no he terminado de leer, si lo planeas o no, al final termina siendo un plan, ya que le estás diciendo, voy a hacerlo, right? Would be going to a party. So let's continue, you'll see in a minute. Here, my parents are going away for the weekend. Very good. So I have asked a few people to come over to my place. Take a look. Ya la persona lo hizo. Le he pedido a algunas personas que vengan a mi casa. So take a look. Ya hubo un plan.
Okay.
All right, take a look. Chris will bring or is bringing his DJ equipment over.
Bring. Is bring.
Bringing or will?
Bring him.
All right.
Will.
Here, both can be possible. All right, we have 1 minute. Bring in. All right, good. So we're having or we will have music. We're having or we will have music.
Will have music.
We will have music.
Will.
Yes. Now, how about here? Everyone is going to bring or might bring some food and drinks.
Might bring.
Everyone? Well, we are not sure, right? But
Is going to.
But
Might.
I would say that it's more like it's going to bring it because it's a party, right?
Okay.
It's a small party, so everyone has to bring something. Do something. Okay, so you know what modal verbs are, and you already know that they are used for a specific tense, right? For example, some of them are used for possibilities, some of them are used for probability, some of them are used for obligation, necessity, so on and so forth, right? Now here, we're going to work on should and ought to. This is not in the book, by the way, ought to, but I am going to give it to you. I remember like 2 classes ago when we were at the university in our classroom, I told you about this. like they are similar. Actually, they are the same. I told you about it. I don't know if you remember. Maybe you do. But take a look at this. Take a look at the picture. We have here some people. They are, I don't know, a little sad, maybe tired. Maybe they are desperate. Well, I don't know. Take a look at this example. They should go home and get some rest. Oh, they are tired, right? They should go home and get some rest. We use should when we want to express advice or recommendation. It's just the same, right? So take a look. They should go home and get rest and get some rest, which means ellos deberían ir a casa, right? A descansar un poco. There you go here. We use should and ought to, as I said before, to speak about advice, recommendations, or suggestions, whatever you want to call it. So take a look. I have a headache. This is the normal sentence. Now, in consequence to this sentence, another person is saying this. Oh, or you or yourself, you can be saying this, right? I should take a nap, or I ought to take a nap. These two modal verbs are actually giving me advice of what I should do or what I ought to do, right? Which means, tengo dolor de cabeza, so debería tomar una siesta, o debería tomar una siesta. They are the same, they mean the same, right? Now, something to take into account. Never use this, please. I should to take a nap. When we have modal verbs, like should, for example, we cannot use to. This is impossible. Modal verbs don't take to. They don't use to, right? So I should say, I should take a nap. I should never say, I should to take a nap, right? It's not possible. Now.
Pero ese should, debería, pero, o sea, no sería obligación.
No, it's more.
Como recomendación. Porque
yes.
acá en el libro dice que es no se dice must, have to, should, y dice entre paréntesis y en negrita obligación.
I know.
Obligation.
I know, right? Maybe the book is not explaining exactly, like it's not dividing them the way they should be divided, but I am doing it here for you, right? So take a look. We use should, again, remember, for recommendations, right? When you want to recommend somebody to do something, then you say should. Or you have an extra possibility to use ought to. They are the same. The only difference is that with should, we don't use to, and when with ought to, yes, we use to. But with ought to, for example, I can say, I ought to take a nap, because take a look, ought is always accompanied by the preposition to. So that means that it's infinitive. We cannot use ing. Now, continuing on that, we use should.
Should is
Yeah.
con. No, yeah.
Just like this. So the slide gave you the answer. Should with the simple form of the verb, and ought to with, ought plus to plus the simple form of the verb. So here with ought, you need mandatorily or obligatorily, you need to use to. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, can I continue?
Yes.
Let's get going.
Yes.
Let's move on. Take a look. This is the negative form. Now, you need to study. You should not go out. Or you need to study. You shouldn't go out. You know that we have contractions. But what happens with ought to? With ought to, guys, we normally, take a look, we don't use the negative form. With ought to, we just use it in the affirmative way, right? So if I am using, like, for example, in this example here, I have a headache, I ought to take a nap. And if I want to say something like, no debería tomar una siesta, y yo quiero usar ought to, I can't use it. Instead of using the negative form with this, that doesn't exist, I have to use it with should. So, I shouldn't take a nap, which means that ought to no tiene una forma negativa. Por lo tanto, si ustedes usan ought to y quieren hacer una negación para decir debería, en ese caso tendrían que usar should, right? Or should not. Ought to doesn't have any negative form, all right? So don't invent saying something like ought to, all right? Or ought to not to. No, you are not supposed to do that, right? It's not possible. Is it clear?
Yes.
Let's continue on some practice. Take a look. Take a look at the girl here. She's standing, she's raising her hand. She says something like, I don't understand the assignment. What should I do? That's the question, right? This is the interpretive. You should study. Thank you very much, Miss Sadistic. Now, study, that's what you should do, by the way. There you are. Should can also be used for the negative form. And as you know, this is a negative, I'm sorry, this is a modal verb. You need to change the position between the subject and the modal verb. Now, in the questions, we don't use ought to either. We only use should. Take a look. We don't use ought to for questions. Only should. Let's continue. Now, take a look at here. You should come in to see me. That's what she's saying. She's recommending something to someone. Take a look. Is it okay if I do this? You ought to come in to see me. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I mean, yes. And it means the same, exactly the same. You should come in to see me. Debería venir a verme. Or you should come in to see, I mean, you ought to come in to see me. Es lo mismo, right? They mean the same thing. Now, maybe you should come in to see me. We have another version.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Or maybe you should come in to see me, right? This is, I mean, we can use this just if you want to. It is not necessary to use maybe. If you just use something like this, it's okay, right? If you want to be more emphatic, you can say this, right? So it depends on you. It's not necessary. It's not mandatory. Now let's continue. This is just to take a look. I'm sorry, I just said emphatic. This is not just to emphasize. This is to soften the dice. I mean, it's just like, if you want, it's okay. If you don't want, it's okay too. So no problem. Now let's continue. Let's practice a little bit. Take a look. I need a book about geology. What do you think is the answer?
Maybe you should go to the library.
Library.
Go to the library.
Great. You should go to the library, or maybe you should go to the library. Very good. How about here? I need a book. It's just the same. How would you say it?
You ought to the you ought to go.
Very good. You ought to go to the library. You ought to go to the library. I think that in terms of a speech or in terms of a speaking, it's better using ought to than should. I'm sorry, it's better using should than ought to. But you can use the one you prefer. Ought to is more formal. How about here? I need a book. Maybe or should. Maybe and should, sorry.
Maybe you should go to the library.
Got it. Very good. Now, I will explain this to you next time, all right? Next class. Even better, because we have added another one. This is not in the book, had better, but I am going to explain it to you next class. So far, you know what should and ought to means. Now let's continue. No, we're gonna skip this. We're gonna skip this. We're gonna skip it. All right. Now we have now must and have to. All right, to speak about necessity or what the book says, obligation. Right. Now take a look. This man has to wear ear protection. Now I want to become a doctor. What happens here? Here we have three different forms. We have to, which means tener que, have got to, which is the British version and also means the same than the first one, tener que, and must, which means deber, right? All of them, they show you that something is either obligatory or necessary. So I want to become a doctor. Si te quieres volver un doctor o si quieres ser doctor, ¿qué tienes que hacer? Right? I have to go to the medical school, or I have got to go to the medical school, or I must go to the medical school, right? In order to do this, it is necessary that you do this, or it is mandatory, or it is obligatory that you do this,
Must.
right? Now, what is the only difference between these two? This is a modal verb, and guys, even though these are like some expressions that refers to necessity and obligation, they are not modal verbs. I remember last time I called them semi-modals because they use to, remember? To and to. But modal verbs, they don't use to. So I cannot say, I must to go. No, I have to say, I must go without to. Now, all of them have the same meaning as you were saying, right? Now, forget about had better, is must. I forgot it here, is must. Now, something is necessary. Is that clear?
Yes, correct.
Is that clear?
Yes.
All right, let's move on. Take a look at the little boy here. He's
Yes,
holding.
teacher, yes.
All right.
Yo escuché que cuando uno usaba must era como un deber, como casi una ley.
Yeah, actually it is, right? The thing is that when you use must, es obligación, pero al mismo tiempo necesidad, right? Si a ti te obligan a algo, tú necesitas hacer algo, ya que si no lo haces, pues o pierdes algo o está mal, right? Entonces, como tal, cuando hablamos de have to, have got to, and must, hablamos de tanto necesidad como lo que dice en el libro, obligación de ambas cosas. Es decir, de que algo es absoluto como tal, como te lo estás diciendo. Ahora, take a look at this example so that you can see the difference, or that is just the same thing. I need to hurry. I have to go to the soccer practice. Look, I have to go to the soccer practice. Si él no va al soccer practice, bueno, probablemente no pase nada, pero él está perdiendo tiempo en su desarrollo deportivo, right? So take a look. Is necessary that he goes or is obligatory that he goes, right? Take a look. It's late. We've got to go home. Again, everyone must wear a seatbelt on an airplane. Take a look. This is obligatory, isn't it? Or this is necessary. Everyone must wear a seatbelt on an airplane. Todo el mundo debe usar cinturón en un avión. Must here is showing you obligation or necessity again. Now take a look. I have got to go to the practice. This is common. Or take a look. We've got to go home. Informal conversation. But you can use also I have to go home, right? Without this. You can also use it. Everyone must wear seatbelts. Now this is written instructions. Normally we use this for obligation itself, right? Otherwise, obligation itself or necessity. Something is happening with my nose. All right. This is what we use have to for common sense, have got to for informal conversations, and must for written instructions that are more obligatory than anything else, right? And well, we have questions. Take a look at this. Do you have to wear seatbelts in the car? Or did you have to come? All right. When we have in questions, we normally use the first part, but we don't use the British form. Now, is there a form or is there, actually there is a way of using the second form, but I will teach it to you next time, all right? Because I think it's a little bit more complicated. And here with must, well, you say, if you're using have, you're not supposed to use must, right? But if you're using must, then you can make the question form, just changing the position between the subject and the verb. Like, for example, take a look here. This is the past form. We had to clean up the mess, right? We had to clean up the mess. Now, this is something that happens when we're speaking the past. Have to, have got to, and must, they become had to. So must, the past of must is had to. The past of had to is had to all the time, right? So here you don't have to worry about how to use this in a different way. Take a look. When you're speaking fast a little bit, we have this part. This is only for pronunciation when you're speaking a little fast, right? Take a look. I have to call my mom. This have to becomes have to. I have to call my mom, right? I have to call my mom. You can pronounce it like this. Or like, for example, Jason has to go to work. Has to. has to, right? Has to can become just in the speaking when you are fluent, when you are speaking fast, like this. And take a look. I've gotta cook. I'm sorry. I've gotta cook dinner tonight. Gotta is just the pronunciation only for the speaking form, right? So have to, has to, and go to, right? Well, guys, is there any question? Is there any question?
No question.
All right. Now, if you don't have any question, it's okay. Anyways, next time we're going to cover all the things I told you, like the whole, let me show you. All of this, right? I'm going to show you how to use all of them, and we're going to have all of the activities, all right, to practice. And also we're going to have the second part of lesson 4. So let me just do something, and hang on.